One of the hardest things to accomplish in athletic training is to increase your vertical jump, but we all know how important it is. If you have this tool in your closet, you're definitely going to be better than your competition. That's what I always want you to do. I always want you to be better than your competition, even if that competition is in the mirror staring at you. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is PT Philip. My goal, as always, is to help you enhance your performance, whatever that performance might be. But today, specific performance we're going to talk about is going to be the vertical jump. When it comes to vertical jump, you need to teach your muscles to perform with maximum force. All right? But before that, I'm going to share with you the 4 tips that you can incorporate in your lifestyle, in your training, that can definitely benefit you and help you to increase that vertical jump of yours. So, with that said, let's start with the first thing. The first thing and the most important thing when it comes to vertical jump, believe it or not, it's not training. It's not resistance training. It's all about the hips. Yes, the hips are located in the center of our body. And this joint is probably the most important joint. Our joints should provide a certain level of mobility and stability. Joint by joint approach teaches us that. But when it comes to your hip, this joint right here, it needs to be mobile because it's a ball and a socket type of joint and it can produce all sorts of movements, but it also needs to be stable because it's located right here in the center of our body mass. What happens with our everyday lifestyle? We sit a lot, we spend a lot of our time on our asses. What happens? The hip flexors, they get tight. The glute muscles, they get underactivated. Later on in this video, I'm gonna show you the best stretch that you can do to fix that, but the tightness of these muscles causes the hip joint to lose its mobility. And believe it or not, when it comes to producing the maximum force, you need to have the full range of motion. All right, I see people that are trying to squat with like 200 pounds on their back, but they cannot perform the basic body weight squat. Well, if you don't have the full range of motion, if your muscles don't have the ability to perform the perfect technique of an exercise, I don't want you to put resistance. I don't want you to work with resistance if you cannot do something without resistance. So, with that said, let me show you the best little combo to loosen up those hips. And you can do this mobility routine in between your sets as a warm-up, or before your training, or even after your training. So let me show you that right now. All right, guys, so you're gonna sit on your butt right here, you're gonna stab your heels in the ground, and now you're gonna move your knees side to side, all right? After doing this one for a couple of times, then you're gonna go and get on your knees, and you're gonna switch sides, you're gonna alternate sides, all right? After doing this one for a while, you're gonna get up, you're gonna bring one arm right here, and you're gonna go back, down, switch, all right? And again, and one last time. All right, the next progression we got is gonna be the same thing, but you're gonna end up in a squat. Boom, right here in a squat, and then I'm going back, boom, right here, and again, boom, in a squat, boom, right, and back. Tightness creates friction. Friction slows you down. The tighter your hips, the less athletic you are. The less athletic you are, the worse your vertical jump is. So do this little routine and change that. Step number 2, teach your muscles to work as a rubber band. So imagine a rubber band, and when you let it go, it snaps. The harder that snap, the more force your muscles can produce. That's exactly what you want to do. How are you gonna achieve that? Well, but by training explosively, all right? And how to train explosively? Well, right now on the screen you can see the cutscenes from my one of my last videos, and over there I showed 5 of my favorite explosive moves. You can find the link of this video in the description down below. Go over there and you will learn the best 5 moves, in my humble opinion, for explosiveness. Guys, stability gives you control. Mobility gives you freedom. So we are back in talking about the hip joint. I showed you what can you do for mobility, but let me show you what can you do for stability. So for stability, you need to stretch those hip flexor muscles and those glute muscles. And right now I'm going to show you the best stretch, in my opinion, that you should do daily, no matter what your sport is, no matter what you do for a living. This is a stretch that every human being should do. The hip flexor stretch. All right, boom, I'm right here and now I'm down. My palms are on the ground, even though this ground is like 1,000,000 degrees. I can fry eggs on this freaking thing. So from this position right here, I'm gonna raise my arm, and doing this move, while doing this move, I'm stretching my hip flexor on my right leg. And if you want to hit the glutes, you're gonna raise the opposite arm right here. With the same move, you are stretching both muscle groups that need to be stretched. So you're basically killing two flies with one stone, killing two birds with one stone, however the saying goes. The fourth step, and this one is probably the most important one, you need to reprogram your training. All right, so don't be afraid to combine resistance training with plyometric training, and please overload your leg muscles, specifically your leg muscle. Let's not lie to ourselves. So to jump vertically, to jump high, you need those leg muscles to be nice and developed. And the best way to hit those muscles would be to hit them at least twice a week. But if you are hitting the muscles twice a week, it is of the utmost importance to correctly structure and program in your recovery. So give your body time to rest. It's a yin and yang combination. You need stress, the training, and you need recovery. And when you combine those two, then you will be able to achieve results. And one last thing, guys, when it comes to vertical jump, if you play any sport, the secret to good vertical jump is not to jump once, it's to jump many times in a row. The ultimate power of a vertical jump lies in the ability to do it over and over and over. Alright guys, that wraps up this video. My name is PT Philip. If this video was helpful, please give it a like button and I'll see you at the next one. Take care, bye bye.